Hi everyone, so we're continuing with the solutions for this year's May 2024 CSEC Math Paper 2, and we're on question 2, which is on algebra. So we have Laura needs to put mesh around 2 seed beds to protect her seedlings. Altogether, she uses 60 meters of mesh. So I'm just going to underline that part. So one of these seed beds is a rectangle and the other is a square, as shown in the diagram below. So the width of the rectangular seedbed is x meters. The length of the rectangular seedbed is 3 times its width. The length of a side of the square seedbed is y meters. So using the information above, derive a simplified expression for y in terms of x. Okay, so we have a lot of information here. So let's look at the rectangular seedbed. So we're given that the width is x meters, and they said that the length of the rectangular seedbed is 3 times its width. Okay, so therefore if the width is x, then the length will be 3x. Okay, the length of the side of the square seedbed is y meters. Alright, so since it's a square, all the sides would be y meters. Alright, let me just put in the remaining sides in the rectangular seedbed. Okay, so we need to derive a simplified expression for y in terms of x. So how are these two seedbeds related? Well, remember in the beginning that they said Laura is putting a mesh around both of the seedbeds. So altogether she uses 60 meters of mesh. So that 60 meters of mesh actually represents the total perimeter of both seedbeds, right? Because the mesh has to go around the rectangle and the square together. So therefore the perimeter of the rectangle plus the perimeter of the square together will therefore be equal to 60 meters in total. Okay, so let's get the perimeter of the rectangular seedbed. So perimeter of the rectangular seedbed will be 2 times length plus width, and the perimeter of the square seedbed will just be 4 times the side y. Right? Remember that is equal to 60. So remember they said to derive a simplified expression for y in terms of x, which means that we need to make y the subject of this equation after we have simplified it. Okay, and notice this is just worth 2 marks. All right, so let's simplify our expression. So 3x plus x is 4x. All right, 2 times 4x is 8x. All right, so now I could subtract the 8x from both sides. And then divide by 4. Okay, so since both 60 and 8 is divisible by 4, I could divide so to get a simpler expression. So 4 into 60 will be 15, and 8 divided by 4 is 2. So therefore our expression is y is equal to 15 minus 2x. Okay, so let's look at part B. So the area of the rectangular seedbed is equal to the area of the square seedbed. Use this information and your answer in A to write down a quadratic equation in terms of x and show that it simplifies to x squared minus 60x plus 225 is equal to 0. So let's go back up. So now we're looking at the area of both seedbeds. So the area of the rectangular seedbed will be length by width, so that's 3x by x, and the area of the square seedbed would be y times y, which is y squared. Okay, so if the area of the rectangular seedbed is 3x times x, that is equal to the area of the square seedbed, which is y squared. right? So we have 3x squared is equal to y squared. So 3x squared is equal to, and this is where now we're going to substitute the expression that we got from part A, y is equal to 15 minus 2x. So I'm going to substitute that now as y. So 15 minus 2x squared. Okay, and we just simplify, and that would be able to give us the equation that we want. Now, I don't have a lot of space here, so I'm just going to use a shortcut method. 15 minus 2x squared is in the form of a minus b squared. Alright, so which is a squared minus 2ab plus b squared, instead of using FOIL. Right, so 15 squared is 225 minus 2 by a by b, so 2 by 15 is 30 by 260 x, and b squared, so that's 4x squared. Okay, so you see it's already coming together. So all I have to do now is carry the 3x squared over to the other side. So that's okay. It's the same equation. 225 minus 60x plus, when I carry the 3x squared over to the other side, it'll become 4x squared minus 3x squared. So we're just left with 1x squared, right? Which is the equation that we were required to show.